Now that Qatar's World Cup is coming up, everyone's looking at the biggest superstars who will clash very soon. So naturally, we need to settle which of them has the finest houses. Lionel Messi is one of the absolute best footballers to ever kick a ball around the pitch. He has amassed a huge following of fans and ignited a great deal of conversation over whether or not he's the GOAT. Whether or not he truly is the greatest of all time is for you to decide. For now, we're just going to look at his best mansion that he picked up with his highly impressive net worth of $600 million. The home has an impressive design and an even more impressive size. I mean, just look at it. It looks more like a frickin' hospital building than someone's home. Outside it has a playground area, a pool, a space to sunbathe, an outdoor dining area, and probably many amenities we don't even know about. I mean, look at all that space, they gotta fill it up with something. As you might expect from one of the best players who has ever lived, this home has its very own football pitch that he can practice on whenever he wants. Not that he really needs it. What I think about the home that's surprising is its cute family home vibe. I mean, just look at these tiny little couches he got for his little kiddos. Being a legendary footballer is one thing, but being a legendary footballer and a legendary dad is something else. So how much does a super mansion like this cost? Well, that's a complicated answer. Initially, they dropped a little over $2 million on this impressive property. That's not where it ended, though. Not only did this home cost $2 million, but they dropped a sizable investment into it to make it into the impressive complex that we see today. They spent over $7 million to take this already impressive mansion and make it into his dream complex. While this home is impressive, is it really the greatest of all time? I'm not so sure about that. I don't think it quite compares to his legendary left foot and its over 600 goals. Cristiano Ronaldo might be more famous as a wrestler now thanks to his recent scuffle with Tyrone Mings. Regardless of his unofficial audition tape for the WWE, he is still one of the most popular football players. He's also one of the richest in the entire world. That's because he's racked up a stunning fortune of $500 million. So clearly he's got to have an epic house to go with that epic fortune. Well, he actually has several. If I had to pick just one, by far my favorite is his holiday property, the one in Costa del Sol. It's a truly stunning home that has that modern white on white futuristic vibe that so many celebrity mansions have nowadays. Speaking of futuristic, evidently the driveway lights up with LEDs when you drive up to it at night. That's some cyberpunk stuff right there. Aside from just being a beautiful home, the place has access to beautiful beaches, a private golf course, private gyms, a built-in movie theater, incredible outdoor dining spaces, and so much more. This home's not the only thing impressive about the area either. Evidently, this home sits in a famous neighborhood. They literally refer to it as the Superstars Cul-de-sac. Many athletes and celebs apparently vacation just down the road from him, most notably an athlete who may be more legendary than even Cristiano Ronaldo. That would be the one and only UFC fighter Conor McGregor. Getting a home this great in a neighborhood this legendary is obviously not gonna be cheap. I mean, you're just down the road from a legendary UFC superstar, that's gotta be over $1 million. Well, it turns out that he dropped $1.4 million on this pad. That is a good deal if I've ever seen one. Now, I've heard some people say that Ronaldo may be past his prime and on the way out, but I would disagree. Either way, he's got his $500 million to cheer him up. There's been a rumor running around the internet recently that Brazilian superstar footballer Neymar is secretly a billionaire. It's not hard to see why, seeing as he has scored over 100 goals for 3 different teams, which makes him one of the only players in history to ever do so. While he's certainly one of the finest footballers playing today, I will have to burst your bubble. Neymar is not actually a billionaire. He does have a pretty decent fortune though. The footballer is evidently worth over $200 million. So yeah, not even close to the billionaire club. He does have a home that's fit for a billionaire though, or fit for a king. His home in Paris is a truly stunning abode. Just look at this ultra-modern estate just a stone's throw from one of the most famous cities on Earth. It stretches out over 10,800 square feet with a big garden out back. Inside, there's an incredible indoor pool that definitely looks kingly. Evidently, there's also a Turkish bath, a sauna, and a games room that he can hang out with his friends in. While you might think that Neymar is all about celebrating big wins with bigger parties, he's also as cultured as any good modern-day Parisian should be. If playing as one of the best footballers in the world wasn't enough to make you jealous, just look at how he plays the piano he has stationed in his home. That is an unfair amount of talent for any one man to carry, in both his hands and feet. Kylian Mbappe is a PSG superstar who is poised to be one of the biggest players in Qatar this year. While many of the big stars in Qatar are seasoned veteran superstars who have likely already peaked, the 23-year-old Mbappe looks like he's still got his finest days ahead of him. You can definitely see that with his comparatively puny net worth of $43 million. He doesn't even have $100 mil. So since he's not one of the richest footballers out there today, he surely doesn't have a huge house, right? Wrong. He's got a home that's worth over $3.5 million, and it looks like it should be worth more. He's got an amazing place in Paris as well that is fit for the finest superstars football has to offer. It's a multi-story penthouse full of classic Parisian style, a winding staircase, and a stunning view of the Eiffel Tower just visible in the distance. People literally pay big money to fly across the world for the view he has every day when he puts on his socks. Maybe the philosophy here is to buy the home fit for a GOAT and then rise to the challenge on the pitch. Not the worst strategy I've ever heard, to be honest. Kyle Walker of Man City is many a fan's favorite right now. So when you make it this big, how much of a fortune do you walk away with? Surprisingly, he's only got $35 million in the bank. This man really needs a new sponsorship or something. That being said, I really dig this guy's house, even if the outside kind of looks like a church with its tipped roof and brown on brown on brown color scheme. Once you go inside, though, the church aesthetic goes away pretty fast. Seriously, this is one beautifully decorated house. The furniture in the living spaces, the kitchen, and even the hallways all have a unique style to them due to the interesting pieces selected to fit the mood they're going for. I feel like the bedrooms really sell this idea more than anything else. Each of them has very unique styles. One is classy with an ornate black bed frame and sweeping black curtains. Another is bold and pink in a way that's not too girly. Then there's a room that kinda has this vibe that it's underwater. Even the bathrooms in this house are unique. Just look at this raised marble bathtub that's just a work of art. As far as amenities go, this home is stacked. There's the cool ultra-modern man cave complete with its own weird-looking pool table. Then there's the home gym that looks big enough to be a Planet Fitness. Around back, the home has its own football pitch. And then there's the giant pool complete with its own waterfall. While I kinda love this pool, I gotta say, I can't stop looking at those giant close-up baby pictures hanging above the pool for some reason. Like, I know that they're supposed to be cute, and I guess it's kinda nice he likes to be reminded of his kids while he swims, but they're kinda creepy looking, right? They really throw off the peaceful waterfall thing the other half of the room is going for. So how much did he drop to pick up this incredibly cool home? Frankly, I think he picked up this huge home for a steal. He dropped only $3.5 mil on this mansion. I'm sure he spent a great deal on the decorator too, though I doubt they picked out those creepy poolside baby pics. While I definitely don't think that I could say which of these players has the best game on the pitch, when it comes to houses, I think I can safely say my favorite. Lionel Messi is not just a contender in the world of football, but in real estate as well. I mean, his mansion is big enough to swallow up most homes with room to spare. I gotta say, I think he wins this one, guys. Let's just hope that he does that well in the World Cup. Fingers crossed. As rich as these guys are, the average player makes around $32K a year. So most of them would have to throw their money together to stay in one of these homes for like a night.